What's going on, YouTube fans? It's your boy Biggcriddi The Hedgehog, and welcome to the Reaction Station. I love the Cell Saga from Dragon Ball Z. It was like every character got a chance to shine. Even Tien got his moment in the spotlight. But with every good moment, were there any bad ones? So in this video, I will cover all the good and bad moments in the Cell Saga. Alright, let's get into it. In Cell's first appearance in the series, he is seen walking from the shadows, dragging a helpless bystander.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
So afterwards, we see Cell drinking someone up, pause, and then they automatically get into scrapping. However, Cell surprises Piccolo by using his technique and Goku's. And then after he catches Piccolo off guard, he then starts drinking his arm. I will never understand why Akira Toriyama gave him this ability, but whatever. But it gives Piccolo an advantage because Cell then starts to explain virtually everything to Piccolo once he starts showing some weakness. From how he was created to how he knows several characters' abilities, and finally how he arrived at this timeline to achieve his perfect form. And the way Cell explains it in Kai is outstanding and straight to the point. Take a look.
Years ago, Dr. Gero began collecting cell samples from the world's greatest fighters, hoping to synthesize their DNA into the creation of the ultimate android. His research was successful, but due to the extreme length of time the process would require, he abandoned it in favor of more immediate alternatives. And while the doctor turned his attention elsewhere, his computer was left to carry out the experiment, working day and night to create the perfect fighting machine. Additional cells were collected and incorporated into the design. From you, Piccolo, Goku, and even the Saiyan Vegeta. These samples were taken at the time of the Saiyan invasion while you were all at the peak of your powers.
From all the way back then. Well, I suppose that explains why your Kamehameha technique was so pathetic.
There's more. We were also fortunate enough to gather cells from Frieza and his father during their brief stay on Earth, incorporating their powers as well. We could have easily acquired the cells of the boy Trunks at the same time, but the computer determined that we had already taken enough Saiyan samples. I was created to be the perfect fighting machine, but to achieve that status I required more than the bioenergy of humans. I cannot become truly perfect until I have also absorbed two highly specialized life forms. Without them, the computer's data shows I will never reach the full potential of my design. The ones I need are two of Dr. Gero's other creations, Androids 17 and 18. What?
A few moments later.
After Piccolo and Android 17 have the greatest fight of all time, Cell approaches the battlefield. He quickly raises hell and makes quick work of 17 and Piccolo. And after tanking Android 16's attack, he finally absorbs Android 17 and becomes semi-perfect.
Wait, how can you be semi-perfect? You're either perfect or you're not me. There's no gray area.
But while all this is happening, Goku convinces Vegeta to train in a hyperbolic time chamber. So Trunks and Vegeta go in first while Goku and Gohan wait for their turn. Then back down from the lookout, Tien is trying to prevent Cell from reaching his perfect form by using his most devastating attack, the Tri-Beam, against Goku's wishes, of course.
A few moments later.
You've got to stop this right now, Tien! All you're doing is burning yourself out! You can't keep putting out energy at this rate, it's killing you! Do you hear me, Tien? Stop!
But sadly, even Tien was no match for Cell. But just before he could finish him off, Goku appears to save both him and Piccolo. But what makes this scene intense is that Goku admits that he can't beat Cell as he is, but he makes a bold statement telling them that he only needs one day and that he's coming back and that he will defeat him. Once Goku makes his cold line, he uses his instant transmission to escape. Cell then sets off to find Android 18. And now we come down to the worst but best karma in the saga. I am gonna call this moment the sellouts. But without further ado, let's get into it. Vegeta and Trunks finally emerge from the hyperbolic time chamber. Vegeta's pride is on a whole nother level. He was so happy he finally achieved a greater level, but Piccolo and Tien tried to warn him that Cell isn't someone to underestimate. But Vegeta ain't hearing it, so he gears up and sets out to find Cell. Trunks ends up following after him, but not before Goku gives him 2 remaining senzu beans. Then it was Goku and Gohan's turn to train. As everything is unfolding, Cell is desperately trying to find Android 18. He takes it a bit too far and completely decimates and annihilates several islands. But just as he was about to destroy the last one, Vegeta soon arrives. So Vegeta powers up and goes Super Saiyan Grade 2. The battle begins and Vegeta absolutely demolishes Cell the whole time. He tries to get serious, but it's no use. So as Vegeta continues to mop the floor with Cell's ass, Cell then decides to convince Vegeta to let him absorb Android 18. So Vegeta just allows him to reach his perfect form. He even stops his own son. Once he reaches his perfect form, Vegeta thinks nothing of it, even how he instantly swatted away Krillin. And so begins Vegeta's instant karma. As the fight begins, Cell instantly starts effortlessly blocking Vegeta's attacks, while simultaneously mentally humiliating him from when he was in his previous form. As Cell continues to humiliate Vegeta, Vegeta finally lands a hit on Cell. Unfortunately, it doesn't do him any damage. Cell then hits him with one kick, and then suddenly he's on his knees? What did Vegeta call himself again?
I am Super Vegeta.
Oh, okay, just checking. So with no other option, Vegeta attempts to use his new attack, the Final Flash. He actually manages to blow away half his body, and Cell plays around with him for a bit before regenerating and finishing Vegeta off. And I want you to see just how he does it.
Well, look at that. Now then, I think I've humored you long enough.
Finish him!
Game over.
Alright. That's not the end, but it definitely should have been though. Cell puts Vegeta down like the dumbass he was, Trunks finally springs into action and turns into Super Saiyan Grade 3. But we all know how this song and dance goes. Cell completely washes Trunks in his bulky, lumbering transformation of a form. Then Cell makes his announcement about his Cell games, but I did like it. Although it was brief, the voice actor who plays Perfect Cell made the announcement as sinister as possible. Take a look.
But let's move on. This is an invitation for all of you to attend a little tournament I'll call the Cell Games, to be held in a vacant lot roughly 15 miles to the northwest of this station. It'll be like your World Martial Arts Tournament, except we'll fight in teams. Me versus all of you. As many challenges as you'd like, one-on-one until the winner is determined. This works to your advantage, since powerful as I am, I might tire out after a while. Which seems more than fair. Apart from that, you know the rules. Same old story. If you forfeit a match or any part of your body is pushed outside of the ring, you lose. If you die, though I'll make an honest effort to go easy on everyone, that also counts as a loss. And if every member of your team should happen to lose, it's a loss for the entire world.
What?
That's right. Defeat will mean annihilation for every person on the planet. The entire population of Earth, to a man gazing up at me in horror as I watch him take his final gasping breath.
That bastard!
So, in closing, I urge all able-bodied fighters to consider my invitation. Unless you've got better things to do. Can't wait to see you there.
And then finally, Gohan and Goku come out of the hyperbolic time chamber. Trunks fills Goku in on what Cell's been up to. With Dragon Ball Z, there's a lot of extra filler scenes that add more padding. But with Kai, it's pretty straightforward, like when Goku goes to size up Cell's new power, there's literally no talking, they have a pretty badass stare down. And Goku pretty much tells Cell, see you on fighting day, and just leaves. Pure anime gold right here. Skipping ahead some more, it's finally time for the Cell games to begin. Goku steps into the ring with his head held high, he's finally ready to take on Cell. With the understanding that no one knew exactly why Goku was acting nonchalant up until this point, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Goku and Cell start the match with a light warm-up, and then Cell starts using a few of the Z Fighters' techniques, and then they start getting serious. The only problem is that Goku is putting in so much work that when Cell destroys the ring and they start fighting again, Goku is still putting in so much work. He does get a little creative when he charges up a Kamehameha, but with a twist. He uses his instant transmission to fire the blast at point-blank range at Cell. Now here's the part that pisses me off. Goku is confused by the fact that he fired the attack and blew away half of Cell's body, but he can still feel his power. So my question is, why in the did no one tell Goku that Cell has Piccolo cells of regeneration? I feel like this was the biggest sell of the whole saga. Pretty much everyone knew. Piccolo, Krillin, Trunks, even Vegeta's dumbass knew. And his ass got hit with it in their fight. This scene alone made no sense to me. It's like out of everything else, no one thought to tell Goku that Cell has Piccolo cells of regeneration. I mean, yeah, sure, he found out that he had everyone else's attacks. But just imagine how much more prepared Goku would have been if he would have knew this information ahead of time. It's basically like he spent all that time in the hyperbolic time chamber for nothing. And then what makes it even more infuriating is when Goku finally gives up, everybody is so f***ing confused. Like, guys, you're the ones who caused this. Okay. I am calm. I'm good. Alright. Where do we leave off?
I'm done! Let's call it here. Now that I've sized up your strength, it's pretty obvious that I can't win. I'm throwing in the towel! You what? He's giving up? You can't mean it! But he's never turned his back on a match! It's impossible! This is not happening! What kind of cheap stunt does he think he's trying to pull?
No! You can't quit!
Okay, so we left off right here. Gotcha. So once Goku gives up, he sends out Gohan to take out Cell. Now I know some of you are probably going to come at me in the comments, but I don't really see nothing wrong with Goku's plan here. Now hear me out, Goku's plan was top-notch solid, however his reasoning for doing the plan was not well thought out. Allow me to explain. During Gohan and Cell's battle, Piccolo is furious with Goku because he doesn't understand why he sent him out to fight Cell. Goku then explains that all Gohan needs to do is get upset and he will gain the power he needs to defeat Cell. Now we've all seen Gohan get mad several times in the series, and we've also seen him put in work too. But Goku believes that even though Gohan is already a Super Saiyan, if he were to get mad, he would annihilate Cell. However, Piccolo gives Goku a thorough reality check, telling him that Gohan isn't like him and that he should have taken his senzu bean and finished off Cell when he had the chance. But honestly, I saw this as a rite of passage for Gohan, a stepping stone in his life, defeating his first bad guy, if you will. But anyways, after Cell gets tired of beating up on Gohan and Android 16 tries to 86 himself, Cell creates little clones of himself to fight the Z Fighters. But during their battle, Goku then starts regretting his actions, but honestly, I don't blame Goku, I blame the others for not telling him about Cell's regenerative powers. Yes, I'm petty, let's move on. So then Android 16 does a bold move and sacrifices himself to talk to Gohan to get him to unleash his true power. And then we get one of the best transformation sequences of all time. Take a look. So yes, Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2 for the first time, well, before they ruin him in Buu Saga, but he starts mopping the floor with the Cell Juniors. Look at this, boom, boom. Oh, you want some of this too? Boom. He completely violates Cell and even makes him revert back to his previous form by punching him so far in his gut that he actually pukes up Android 18 in the process. However, Cell is not done just yet. He tries to blow himself up and takes the planet with him, but Goku sacrifices himself in the most hilarious way possible. But Cell pulls a Deus Ex Machina and somehow survives the blast, and when he comes back to Earth, he instantly nerfs Trunks, and Vegeta, finally being a father for once, responds like this. Of course, his attack doesn't work and he gets knocked down, but just before Cell can finish him off, Gohan saves him, and then we come down to the final moment of the saga, the beam struggle. So Cell decides to finish off Gohan with his final Kamehameha, but Gohan gives up with now down an arm and Cell's power stronger than his. But then, once Goku gives Gohan a pep talk, he charges up a Kamehameha of his own and fires it off, giving us the best thumbnail on the planet. But what made the struggle much more meaningful was even though they were outmatched, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha all pulled their strength together to help Gohan. Even Vegeta helped out. And then with one final push, Gohan was finally able to defeat Cell once and for all. This was simply the best saga in the series for me, coming at number 2 in my top 3. Even though there were high and lows, everyone put their best effort in the series. And the voice actors really brought life to the next generation. I would definitely recommend seeing Dragon Ball Z Kai if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments section what you guys want me to react to next. Nevertheless, this concludes the video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'm out of here.